as part of Buhari's administration's plan to hire 500,000 Nigerians. Just as the Nigerian Air Force destroys another set of illegal oil barges. Plus, studio discussion on reducing road crashes in Nigeria. These are more on today's Panorama. I am Ogwa Vivian Onyedibia. Well, all is now set for the deployment of unemployed graduates selected in the first batch of the Buhari's administration's plan to hire 500,000 Nigerians. Already, 200,000 Nigerians have been selected, and they are to start work as teachers, agri and health workers in their communities by the 1st of next month. The selected youths are to be deployed by their state governments according to their specific program assignments. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the Vice President, Laolu Akonde, says of the 200,000 first batch, 150,000 of them would teach, 30,000 will work in the agri sector, and 20,000 in healthcare delivery, covering 3 specific program assignments. The NPower Volunteer Corps is an expression of President Muhammadu Buhari's commitment to invest in the human capital development of Nigerian citizens, particularly the young people. The NPower is also an innovative means to enhance ailing public services in the area of basic education and primary health care. Also in the agri sector, it is aimed at achieving self-sufficiency by giving our farmers relevant advisory services. Government congratulates the successful applicants in the first batch and are encouraged to take the opportunity seriously by learning the skills that will brighten their future. They are also implored to serve their communities with commitment and dedication. The statement adds that subsequent batches will absorb more of the qualified applicants. The NPower scheme is expected to engage and train 500,000 young unemployed graduates. It is a paid voluntary program of a 2-year duration that engages graduates in their immediate communities, where they will assist in improving the inadequacies in the education, health, and agriculture sectors. President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigeria's vast potential in the information and communication technology, ICT, are undertapped, calling more foreign investors to come and be part of Nigeria's history. The president stated this in a message to Nigeria's Investment Forum at the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, in Bangkok, Thailand. He was represented by Minister of Communication, Mr. Adebayo Shitu. Ruben Okala reports.
The Nigeria's Investment Forum engaged international delegates and potential investors with a round of talks highlighting investment opportunities that abound in Nigeria. Discussion centered on success, strategies, and goals for the infusion of ICT across various sectors of the economy as a tool for national development. Former ITU Secretary General Dr. Hamadun Ture was the guest speaker.
When I was in ITU for 5 years in a row, Nigeria was ranked number 1 in mobile growth. If you are number 1 5 times in a row, you must have done something right.
The forum is with the theme Accelerating Investment in ICT for National Development.
We are migrating from resource-based industrialization and growth to knowledge-based industrialization and growth, which we are sure would certainly take us beyond our imagination.
The telecommunications sector has proven to be resilient, stable, and therefore contributes an average of between 3 to 4 billion naira per quarter.
Our infrastructure presents a more reliable way of transmitting data.
Nigeria, through the NCC, is using this forum to invite prospective foreign investors to come and do business in Nigeria, especially in the broadband, towards widening the scope of the industry. Ruben Okala, NTA News.
The high-capacity 330 kV NIP Ecotech switching center in Akwa Ibom State, designed to boost supply on the national grid, has been completed and expected to be inaugurated by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo this Monday. Hamza Musa Makarifi reports.
The inauguration of the switching center constructed by Catlock International Limited is in tune with driving government's vision of incremental power supply for the nation from a number of generation plants at Afam in River State, Aloji in Abia State, Calabar in Cross River State, and Ibom plant in Akwa Ibom State. The switching center receives supply and evacuates to parts of Nigeria.
They have to be evacuated from this substation. They come in from the power plants to this substation and they get exported to Guaji, then to Makurdi, then to Jos. So this is how Nigerians who feel the power can have power plants lying idle. It's unacceptable.
It is expected the Ecot Center will be impacting on the national grid more than 1,000 megawatts of supply as other variables in the value chain work efficiently. Hamza Musa Makarifi, NTA News.
And still talking power, Rotary International Abuja Metro says it is set to install solar power system worth 40 million naira in the Kuje prisons, Abuja, to enhance the current level of power supply to the prisons. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday reports.
Members of the organization were received by the management of the prisons before meeting with some of the inmates. President Robert Itawa urged the inmates to be changed persons when given the second chance. They were then taken round the prisons to see other areas where they can assist in making the environment more comfortable for the inmates.
We have done need analysis, and right now we are putting together a grant proposal to enable us to raise the money, which is about 40 million naira. We're actually going to cover the hospital, which is very, very important for drugs to be preserved and all that.
When you keep this number of people in an area, definitely you want to illuminate the environment for security and for the safety of the inmates there. Those who have the time, they can come and see. Come and see them and show them love.
Described as a correction center, the prisons inculcate moral instruction, academics, sports, and vocational studies as its 4 cardinal points.
As many that pass through the WAEC and the university class, on graduation, we are trying to do a kind of follow-up called aftercare, where we follow them up and make sure that they are placed well in the society.
These 4 cardinal points are aimed at reorientating the inmates towards becoming useful to themselves and the society when released. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
Well, as Nigerians joins the world to commemorate World Day of Remembrance for road traffic crashes, developing hospital trauma care systems, provision of early rehabilitation and support to the injured have been identified as pivotal to achieving the United Nations Decade of Action for Road Safety. Olajide Bello reports that this was at a briefing in commemoration of the day in Abuja.
The United Nations General Assembly in 2005 adopted the Decade of Action for Road Safety and Injury Prevention, giving birth to the World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Crashes Victims. The theme for the 2016 commemoration is Vital Post-Crash Actions, Medical Care, Investigation and Justice. The World Health Organization indicates that global priorities accorded this day is predicated on reversing the trend of road traffic crashes, which is adjudged as the leading cause of deaths globally. In view of this, the federal government, the Federal Road Safety Corps, and other emergency responders have put in place roadside clinics, ambulance points, and speed limiting devices as measures to reduce such crashes to the minimum.
Road traffic collisions have a major impact on health and national economy globally.
We've set a target to reduce our fatalities by 35% and crashes by 15%.
Attitudinal change by strict adherence to road rules and regulations was also described as key to reducing road traffic crashes in the country. In Abuja, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Well, I am being joined now by Mr. Sunday Ogenekaro. He's the FCT Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, to throw more light on the issue of road crashes in our society. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, according to the World Health Organization, 1 in every 4 road accident deaths in Africa occurs in Nigeria. And given the high rate of crashes recorded across the country, what, in your view, sir, is responsible for this?
The reason for the high incidence of road traffic crashes in Nigeria is basically one of traffic indiscipline, because at the root of every crash, if you look at it, there are constitutive factors of traffic crashes. Okay, we talk about the weather condition, you talk about the road condition, mechanical condition, and all that. Okay, but if the motorist or the pedestrian, the road user, is disciplined, okay, we have lesser and lesser incidences of road traffic crashes. Okay, what are the causes of crashes? We talk about speed is one critical factor in traffic safety. Okay, it's a risk factor in the sense that where incidences that will have resulted in a crash that may not occasion injury and death, where speed is involved, okay, the consequence is aggravated.
Okay.
Okay, take incidences as a tire blowout, for instance. If there's a tire blowout and the vehicle is traveling at reduced speed or at low speed, the consequences may not result in the vehicle somersaulting, okay, or crashing into a stationary object, or going off its course and getting the people involved thrown out of the vehicle, resulting in injuries or death. Okay. Now, if, for instance, there are also recommended behaviors, okay, like using mobile phone while driving, okay, it's a risk factor in traffic safety. Okay, but even all such unwholesome behavior where speed is not involved, okay, the consequence will also be reduced. Now, if the driver, okay, does everything that is expected of him to do, traffic crashes will certainly be reduced. Okay, we talk about other stakeholders who have inputs in preventing road traffic crashes. Okay, the driving schools, for instance, okay, if they follow the guidelines, okay, the standard which the Federal Safety Corps has provided in regulating the activities, okay, they ensure that they have quality instructors, they ensure that they have the facilities required to train drivers, because it starts from there. If the people who are to use the road, the motorists, are not properly trained, okay, then you expect the worst on the roadways. Okay, so the FRC is collaborating with all the relevant stakeholders to ensure that incidences that could result in crashes are brought to a minimal level, okay, through public enlightenment and such other engagements.
All right, let's talk about the impact, on our nation's economy. The impact of road crashes on our economy.
The impact of road traffic crashes, they are enormous, and there are things that we need to work on. For instance, at the economic level, okay, where there's a crash, the vehicle involved, okay, the cost of replacement of the vehicle. You talk about the cost of replacing public presence, damaged, maybe street lights, okay, electric poles, road signs and markings, all that. Okay, then you talk about the cost of medication, okay, healthcare for the injured. Okay, you talk about the hospital facilities that are overstretched. Okay, because you go to most of the hospitals with the CMD of the National Hospital, where we had the candlelight procession, and he was telling us about the heavy burden on the National Hospital with respect to crash victims, okay, who are unable to settle their medical bills. Okay, then talk about take that on the national scale, all the hospitals across the country, government and private. Okay, then you talk about the implication for families. Okay, a breadwinner is involved in a crash. Okay, then the social cultural practices we have in certain parts of the country where somebody is involved in a crash, for instance, the breadwinner. Then the next thing, the family begins, okay, they have to move the children, the wife, homewards. The children's education is stopped, okay, abruptly. Okay, because paying school fees becomes an issue, okay, for the kids. So many implications, okay, for the society, for the government. Then you talk about the effect on productivity. Okay, you have professionals who are taken by the careless action of themselves and other road users. The cost of replacing those professionals, the time it takes to replace such professionals, Okay, so the implications are grievous. Okay, and we need actually to work together to ensure that we reduce crashes and its consequences.
Yeah, I want us to still stick on, the effect on, but I want us to narrow it down now to the health sector. What are the effects of road crashes on the nation's health sector?
I've touched a bit on it.
Yeah.
The effects in terms of the burden.
Yeah.
Okay, in making provisions for the medication of the injured. Okay, at the family level, at the community level, at the national level, particularly at this time where the economy is troubled. Okay, so it's important that we act in concert, okay, towards ensuring that this burden, this health burden, this economic burden is lifted up the country, of communities, of individuals, by ensuring discipline, okay, on the highways. And discipline starts by your obeying traffic rules and the regulations and doing the rightful things, okay, towards promoting traffic safety.
Now, apart from collaborating with stakeholders, and campaigns, what other efforts are being put in place, in promoting healthy attitude on the road?
The FRSC is also working at reaching the younger generation of road users. Okay, that is pupils in the primary schools and students in the secondary school. Okay, through the establishment of road safety clubs. Okay, the idea behind this is to cash in on that saying that teach the child the way it should go, so that when it's old, he will not depart from it. And so what we're doing in that respect is to collaborate with the Ministry of Education, collaborate with the school authorities, collaborate with government, okay, towards ensuring that the younger generation imbibe the culture of good road usage in terms of watching the road carefully before crossing, using the facilities like the footbridges where they are provided, ensuring that you walk on the left-hand side of the road so that you can see oncoming vehicle, instead of walking on the right-hand side, where oncoming vehicles behind you may just knock you off the road. Okay, so these are the things we're doing. We're also going to place of worship, mosques, churches, okay, to pass the road safety message to the worshippers and congregation at regular intervals. We go to the regular motor park enlightenment is always on. Then we also ensure, okay, on the issue of drink driving, okay, which is also another risk factor in traffic safety, to ensure that the National Union of Road Transport Workers and the fleet operators in the FCT and elsewhere across the country are duly taken, okay, in terms of agreeing in principle and in practice, to ensure that alcoholic beverages are not sold at motor parks.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
We've been talking with Mr. Sunday Ogenekaro of the Federal Road Safety Corps on road crashes in Nigeria. Well, you can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. We'll pause now for some messages. Panorama continues shortly. Do stay tuned.
The struggle for independence had been a long and tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA, growing with the nation.
Together, no matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's stop fighting each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
Nigeria, the only country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
Thank you for staying tuned. Despite the ongoing intensified deployment of troops, equipment and massive onslaught against Boko Haram members, those willing to surrender will be considered. The Chief of Defense Staff General Abayomi Gabriel Olonishakin said this while on a walking visit to Maiduguri. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
The one-day operational visit is to motivate and commend troops in the region and to deliver the goodwill message of President Muhammadu Buhari.
That the nation appreciates their effort and they should continue to do much more until we get the job done.
While inspecting some recently acquired war arsenal, the Chief of Defense Staff said the military is set to completely dislodge and destroy the remnant of Boko Haram in the area.
We put up Operation Safe Corridor Initiative to have them surrender. That corridor is always open. However, we will not wait until they surrender. That's why the operation crackdown now leading to Rescue Final is in place to ensure that we take over the Sambisa.
He was also at the 7th Division Medical Service to console wounded soldiers. The Chief of Defense Staff is expected to, on 21st November 2016, launch and make public additional list of wanted Boko Haram members. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Nigerian Air Force has destroyed another set of illegal barges in Rivers State. A statement by Director of Public Relations and Information Group Captain Ayodele Famuyiwa says 2 of the latest barges filled with stolen oil were set ablaze by NAF helicopters on armed patrol around Okoromabi and southeast of Port Harcourt refinery. The third barge, surrounded by canoes carrying drums, was sighted at Onne, while individuals around the barge and canoes fled when fired at. But the barge did not explode, indicating the possibility of being empty. The Nigerian Air Force and War College, Makudi, has inaugurated its first set of participants as its Course 1 2016. In his message, Defense Minister Brigadier General Mansour Dan Ali, retired, said the institution will help address security challenges in the country. Olayinka Ojo reports.
First set of participants for the Air War Course 1 2016 comprise of 18 group captains, 7 wing commanders, and 2 Navy commanders. The inauguration comes with the unveiling of the college logo by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Olonishakin, on behalf of the Defense Minister, Mansour Dan Ali. His message dwelt on timely solutions for addressing security challenges in the country.
You must therefore put in your best to ensure that the college achieves its desired objectives.
Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, pointed out that the college will develop qualitative manpower that understands the relevance and significance of air power in resolving conflicts.
Participants of the college will be expected to be well educated on doctrine, policy, strategy, to demand absolute commitment to hard work.
On the sidelines come the inspection of ongoing and some completed projects of the college. From Makudi, Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
In line with the mandate to safeguard the health of the nation, the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has destroyed fake and counterfeit medicine as well as expired and unwholesome products worth 75 million naira. Health correspondent Rabi Abdallah witnessed the zonal destruction exercise flagged off in Abuja by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Health, Binta Adamu Bello.
Treatment failure
adverse drug reactions that sometimes lead to death and other harmful effects on the lives of human beings as some of the implications of consuming these products described by NAFDAC.
It is therefore imperative that NAFDAC puts all necessary strategies and measures in place to ensure that expired, fake, counterfeit medicines and unwholesome regulated products are mopped up from the circulation and destroyed at all levels. The Federal Ministry of Health will continue to provide the required support to NAFDAC to achieve her mandate.
The fast-moving drugs and easily counterfeited products are the antimalarials, the antibiotics, and antihypertensives. And if you look in there, majority of what we are destroying today fall in that group. There are also some food products in there.
Some of the products were said to have been voluntarily submitted to NAFDAC by various organizations, while others were mapped up from open market through enforcement activities and surveillance system of NAFDAC. NTA News questioned the impact of the open burning of the harmful products on the soil and the environment.
NAFDAC, as a scientific organization, we're not happy to be doing open burning of this nature. We have looked ahead and we are looking to making use of mobile incinerators. That we have submitted a proposal to the Ecological Fund.
So we'll follow it up and appeal to Mr. President to approve of these mobile incinerators.
Over 120 million naira worth of such harmful products were destroyed in 2014 through the periodic exercise. In Abuja, Rabi Abdallah, NTA News.
Ayodeji Makinde will give us our sports update now.
Nigeria's #1 golfer Andrew Odo won the inaugural Nigerian Masters at the IBB International Golf and Country Club Abuja Sunday, completing a fight back to record 292 shots over 72 holes ahead of the three joint leaders Kabiru Haruna and Ghana's Vincent Toga. Odo, who was winning his 36th title as a professional, finished 2 shots ahead of Toga, while Kabiru Haruna, Boyega Oyebanji and Mike Ubi